How's it going, everybody? Hey, kitty. I'm doing another one of those lay down on the lawn videos for more reason than one. Not just to do the video. I just came out to escape the chaos of being a parent. The whirlwind of children going wild in the house. Come here, kitty. I have this wary cat over here. She doesn't really like to come around too much. I wanted to cover this idea. It's something I've been thinking about making a video about for the last 3 days, and it just popped into my head, and I know I'm going to forget it if I don't say it. Sometimes things become very routine, okay? Not just life patterns or things we do, but the things that we see in our day-to-day life, right? Like the same tree, the same driveway, the same car. Well, you know how when you say a word a lot of times and it starts to sound weird? I tried an experiment. I thought, I wonder, since hearing is one of our senses, could I do the same thing with, say, vision? Looking at something for so long that it basically creates a sense of awe in something very basic. And I did with the tree, and I've been doing this for 2 days now, and I see it as kind of a form of meditation, if you will. It's really interesting. You sit and stare at something for a long time and try to consciously forget everything that you know about this object. For example, I'm looking at these bulbs right now that are growing up like grass, or the tree in front of me, and stop seeing it for what it is and see it for what it is, or what you want to see it as, rather. I watched a video a while back about how artists, people who paint and draw, see the world differently because they see the leaves as how they might be sketched. They are more likely to look at the details in things. Artists are always looking at the canvas around them. And I can agree that as an artist I do look at the details, but I don't know if, people who aren't artists do. Because honestly, I think we're all artists, and I think all people can pick out the details. I think just merely seeing that is, in itself, hey kitty, it's just an amazing thing to me. So I just wanted to say it, try that sometime. Try to look at something until you forget all. I'll give you an example, like looking at a bush, and instead of seeing it as a bush, I started to see the actual, more than just the patterns, but rather the whole essence of what it is, the whole history of it. Today I was looking at my pond, and often I'll stop looking at the pond, and I'll start looking at the reflection through it. Sometimes at myself, sometimes at the trees behind me. And I took it a step further today and saw the pond as held by gravity. That the only thing that's keeping it together and bound is gravity. And it's sitting in this pond liner, held in this cup-like position, pulling itself towards the center of the earth. And that's all water is, sitting there, waiting to be dispensed down into the ground if I didn't have a pond liner. But just the idea of the gravity and the entirety of what water is, and breaking it down into the further molecules, and how you can see through the water, and how people don't really think much about it. You look down and you can see 100 feet through clear water. Why? If they're all molecules pushing against each other. With air, it's easy to kind of, believe that the light rays penetrate the atoms and don't interfere with it. Well, that's exactly what's happening in water. The electrons aren't being interfered with by the photons. But what does that mean? Isn't that just amazing? That you can look at water and see right through it? And glass? It just shows what atoms really are, which is nothing. Just empty space. Everything's just empty space. And that makes a tree, or a pond, or a blade of grass look that much more fucking amazing. Pardon my language. Have a great day, everybody.